What's up, everybody? Sorry that I'm late. Had to handle a few things. What's up, everybody? I heard they're bringing back Behind the Music for Paramount Plus. That's what Trot told me. What's up, Antoine? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up? What's up, Q? What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, I don't really care about that Mariah Carey shit. To be real with you. Um, it started off a little late. To be real with you, I didn't have a chance to see him actually perform and stuff. But you said he's gonna send it to me. 'Cause I have something else to do after I finish up this video too, and I just really want for support. But you know, it's CPT time. You know, I that caught me by surprise. I definitely think it's well deserved that he gets to star in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, since I have this webcam built in, I can just put this shit on the bed without the webcam actually falling. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Diana Ross got a new album coming soon. Yeah, man, appreciate it, Antoine. Definitely gonna film the next part next week. I'm doing pretty good, Q. It's been a long day. Tries on the way. Yeah, Scarface is on Netflix. How is that a dope album, Antoine? Definitely gonna check that album out. What's up, Tim? Shit. Quincy Jones all the way. Better lyricist, Nipsey. Oh, Tyler Creator came out with a new album. I know he came out with a new song. I didn't know he came out with a new album already. Shit. Oh my god. Oh no, the album comes out next week. Oh shit. Okay. Interesting. Oh, you said her got an album coming out midnight. Okay. Niggas don't be saying when they drop. They just drop when they feel like it. That's the thing about the pandemic. Oh, Nat King Cole all the way. You want me to resend? What's Vicky Schroeder and Dave Grohl having beef about? That's interesting. Oh, Wu Tang's album. Hey, fam.
What's good?
Not much. Chilling. Kind of upset that this fucking thing started late, but not
Uh,
surprised.
you upset that the show started late?
No, not this show. I meant my friend's show.
Oh,
I didn't have a chance to see him perform and shit. I kind of
right. That's good.
yeah. I'm grateful that this shit got a webcam. I can actually put this shit on my bed peacefully
Right,
without the webcam falling and shit.
right. What up? What's good, Ronnie?
Soundbombing 2.
Shit is a long ass album.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the intros and whatnot. I'm surprised this was not on Spotify on these streaming platforms.
What up? What up, Antoine? What's good? DJ Tim, what up? Where's Sam at? Sam, where you at?
Oh shit, Sam's like, you know he'll come late.
I ain't see me. Ronnie was good. Q. No more Tupac.
How do you feel about Nipsey Hussle getting the star in the Hollywood Rock of Fame?
I mean, it's deserved. I mean, he deserved it. You know, he did a lot for his community and for rap, and you know, shit. I wish they could have gave it to him when he was alive, but seemed like
Right.
they honor him more when he's dead and gone.
Shit, you ain't lying about that.
What's next? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, right? That has to be next. Yeah, yeah. I heard about Chucky. I think it's not Netflix. I think it's coming to USA, the USA
Who?
Network. They doing a Child's Play TV show.
Oh shit.
I think it's USA is coming to.
Everything's getting a reboot.
Yeah, we'll see how it is. Alex Rinaldi. What up?
Whew. Yeah, I'm ready for that Mary J. Blige documentary.
Hopefully it's good. You know.
I'm more ready for this Uptown Records. Is that Uptown Records BT show still coming out or what?
I don't know. I know they were doing it, and I don't know what happened with that.
Guess we'll find out at the BT Awards.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit going on with Mary right now. So
Right.
I did not know.
I might as well peep that Danny Boy interview right now.
Yo, it's like he was there the whole day.
He said what?
He was there the whole day. It looked like the whole interview was like from day to night, and just talking about shit that they were doing at death row and who was sleeping with who.
Hmm. That's what niggas always wait till somebody dead
Yeah,
to
none of this
reveal some
came out
shit.
when he was
Or
alive.
they wait years and shit.
None of this came out when he was alive, yo.
I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you too? How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday? It's the boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Today we are going to talk about the Soundbombing 2 compilation, which you guys voted for when we talked about which hip hop compilation y'all wanted to listen to. Y'all want us to review, excuse me. and y'all picked this one. This was released on May 18, 1999 on Rocket Records. The singles that came out, the known single was 1999 or 1999 with a Common and Set Out Edit and shit like that. That was like the best known single, but like you had certain songs that was already popular or already popping, like what was that one track? That the B Boy Document '99.
Right.
That was pretty much like a remix of a single, pretty much. Um, Next Universe got some like play and shit like that, but yeah. Producers include the Beat Miners, DJ Mighty Mine, Lee Stone, Capital the Crime Lord, Pasta News, DJ Spinner, High Tech, Thurston Hour the Third, Smitty Steve Boston, LP, Diamond D, and Nick Wiz. Guest appearances include Eminem, The High and Mighty, Most Def, Skills, Shabim Shadiq, Pharoah Monch, R.A. the Rugged Man, J Live, Prince Paul, um, Medina Green, which I'm gonna play more about that. DCQ, Sadat X, Grand Puba, Reflection Eternal, Bahamadia, Cash of the Alcoholics, Dilated Peoples, Thurston Now the Third, Company Flow, Common, Diamond B, and the Coco Brothers, aka Smith and Wesson. All right, so Ruckus Records, man, pretty much one of my all-time favorite hip hop.
My bad.
Oh, you good? One of my all-time favorite hip hop labels of '90s and shit like that too. And they were known a lot for their compilations. And next to like the Lyricist Lounge, the Sound Bombing had a good compilation too. The first Sound Bombing came out in '97, and that was known for launching the careers of like Most Def, Talib Kweli, High Tech. Like that has been claimed as like an underground classic, which eventually we're gonna talk about the first underground, I mean the first Sound Bombing. We're gonna talk about that one eventually. And then, of course, next year they came out with like the Lyricist Lounge Volume One, which that was pretty much again taking the same tradition as the Sound Bombing. But at the same time, it was based off New York Lyricist Lounge showcases. Like most of the songs pretty much had like a freestyle ish kind of like feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you had like the Bathroom Cipher, Action Guaranteed, and next thing you know it, of course, Ruckus Records was popping in. You had people like Black Star, High and Mighty, Company Flow, Pharaoh Monch, doing their thing. And this was like when Rockets was really popping and shit like that. It was like the nice alternative between like the shiny suits, Body Boy, or like the Rough Riders and stuff like that too. And so the Sound Bombing 2 came out in 1999. And of course, you see the cover, see who was popping, or the underground cats. Of course, you see Eminem right there. See Bahamadia. See Talib. You see Most Def. You see Pharaoh Monch. Like, see like who was popping at that time too. You see like LP and shit too. Um, I always love that fucking cover. It's an iconic cover in my
Yeah,
opinion.
definitely. I love the drawing.
Yes, sir. Um, how did you get into like the sound or like Ruckus Records in general? Because I'm just gonna talk about Ruckus Records in general.
Just like all the artists. I've always been an underground head, like from the early '90s, and listening to Stretch and Barbito and a lot of the underground cats. They played on that radio show on Thursday nights, and a lot of them I followed. Talib when he first started, and Most Def with he was in a group called UTD with him and his brother. I think
Yes.
there was like a female within that group,
Mm-hmm.
and they dropped a single. I forgot the name of the single. and then huh? And then when Mr. Man from the Bush Babies when he went solo and uh Godfather Dawn, a lot of those underground cats, some of them that were on Ruckus I followed, and the Lyricist Lounge when that was like a big thing. MTV had the show for a couple years, and it was just a natural progression. You know what I'm saying? Like anything they were coming out with, Most Def first album, classic. Pharoah Monch album that we talked about, Internal Affairs, a classic album.
Yes.
High and Mighty, the Eastern Conference All Stars compilation. There's a lot of different ones on that label that I listen to, and this was one of them. And Eminem was coming up through the underground before, signing with Aftermath, and it was just a great label. Like they definitely put they pride into their artists and the music that they were coming out with, and it's they were like one of the best labels out, and it's a shame that they're no longer here. But I still listen to a lot of the artists that from that label. So
Same. Like from '97 to 2002, nobody in the underground was touching Ruckus records and shit.
right,
Ironically, I felt like the last good release was Quality. Ironically, but
right. His only, well, I don't want to say his only good album. My favorite Talib album,
yeah.
but he has some crap in there I don't like, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And I forgot to mention too. Brian Blanter and Jared Meyer, they founded Ruckus Records too. So, oh, and James Murdoch too. So just little facts out there. So this album has 27 tracks. However, I'm not really going to talk about like, the intro beats unless if it's like a producer talking or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, which I'm just gonna be real. That's like one of the things I kind of. Eh, I just wish sometimes they would just put the intro and the song together. I
Yeah,
hate
it
they
wasn't
do shit
needed.
like
It's just
that.
this could have been a double CD if you think about it. Like they just with all the little interludes and skits, it really wasn't needed.
Right. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think the first Lyricist Lounge was a double CD and shit.
I believe it was.
Yeah, it was. But anyway, we got the intro, which is pretty much them explaining what the sound bombing is.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't even write too much about the intro.
I mean, intro was cool. You got J Rock and DJ Babu, two great DJs. Babu from Dilated Peoples. I always loved that group. J
Yeah,
Rock was on Stone Throw, and I think he was a part of the Dilla documentary, and it was a cool, like they started off was they had like a nice beat to it, and you got like different artists like like calling in on the skit, like the Far I did a phone freestyle on it, and Diamond D, Mad Skills, J Ro from the Alcoholics, Rock Raider, and Rob Swift, they all called in, and I thought it was like a great way to start off the album.
yeah, definitely see what you're saying about that. Um, Track number two, which I'm just gonna talk about the Any Man track with Eminem. Very dope track.
Yeah.
This was like one of his first songs that like he really put out there. And yes, this was the song in the song Stand where he said, I like that shit you did with the Ruckus too. That shit was fat. They were referring to this song right here.
Mhm.
And I think at one point he was trying to sign to Ruckus. I don't know if that's I know he's trying to he almost signed a Duck Down, which
Yes.
explains why the Beat Miners produced this track too.
Right.
That would have been interesting as fuck. Eminem with like Sean Price, Buckshot, all them cats. But yeah, Any Man, very, very, very dope track. I love Eminem's flow around like the Slim Shady EP era,
Right.
that dark kind of satirical kind of flow. I mean, a lot of diehard Eminem fans don't know about this shit though, but who cares? Yeah,
Yeah. I had an Eminem mixtape when he had first signed with Aftermath, and it was like unreleased tracks, and they had this song on the mixtape, and I thought it beat is fire, man. Like Eminem killed it. This is vintage Eminem to me. His wordplay was dope. He says, I hope God forgive me for my sins. It probably all depends on if I keep on killing my girlfriend's.
Jesus.
A highly combustible head, spasmatic, strapped to a craftmatic adjustable bed. So like that wordplay, always that's vintage Slim Shady for me. Like that, I wish he got back to that.
Yeah, man.
That was like the like these are like the best years of Eminem to me.
I agree. I definitely need to get my hands on the Slim Shady EP.
Yes.
And shit, I need to get my hands on that. Now we're gonna get into B-Boy Document '99, which is a high and mighty track featuring most Def and Skills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I never actually heard a lot from High and Mighty. The only thing I know about them was them and Master Ace had like that beef,
Right.
and Master Ace killed them on the Acknowledged track, in my opinion. Which those Master Ace reviews are coming, y'all. It's coming.
Yeah.
And the song B-Boy Document was pretty much like a remix of the song from '87 by the Known Rulers and stuff like that, or cover if you want to say. And this song actually was on Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack to the second Pro Skater, which those Tony Hawk's series introduced me to like a lot of hip hop, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, this is a pretty dope track. It features Most Def, the great Most Def, and of course Skills. Um, Most Def killed it with that first verse, in my opinion, and shit. I love the line where he says, "Speak, you sound typical downfall, habitual act. I'm not feeling you. Don't know what your label telling you or what magic means they selling you." I mean, come on, man. Like he was just on his own. I mean, everyone did their thing, but I feel like Most Def was the MVP of this whole album. If you ask me,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. High and Mighty, I followed them like a lot. Like again through the underground and you know Mr. Eon and DJ Mighty Ma. Mighty Ma was on a late night show. I want to say it was Thursday nights as well. I used to hear that before Stretching My Beetle came on, and yeah, like they always been like a underrated group. I liked a lot of their music. I thought this track was dope. Mad Skills again, underrated artist. Um, Most Def did his thing on here. I like what Skills said. He said, "Rock a vest if you out of turn speaking, cause I'm right there like nightmares. I catch them seas while they sleeping. Fire your joint." Yeah, it was dope. Most Def definitely did his thing on this album, and Pharoah Monch and Talib, like definitely one of the best tracks on here.
yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Next we got World War III with Shabib Sadiq and Phil Monch. Another dope track right here. This easily could have been on Internal Affairs, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Just the whole apocalyptic theme, Phil Monch was doing. And that's another thing too, like just like how Busta people gave Busta his credit, for the whole apocalyptic. I feel like Phil Monch in the Internal Affairs album definitely had that apocalyptic theme to a T on that album too.
right.
So I fucked with this track. Highly recommended.
Dope track, and not to be confused with the other World War III track, the Rough Riders joint. That one had Jadakiss and Snoop Dogg and Scarface on it, but this was a dope World War III track as well, and I thought the beat was dope. Pharoah Monch killed it. He says, now welcome to the Knicks, where Avirex or the jerseys and the boots or the kicks. Y'all on the dick the way we pose for the flicks. Queen style, Red Hook now, all in the mix. And Shabam Sadiq, he's another one I used to follow on the underground circuit, and he says, "Wait on my back like Atlas, attack this. I hem him like denim and pinned it back to the canvas. Fire your joint, man."
Very fireable indeed. Antoine said their home field advantage is class. Okay, I definitely got to hear that
Yes.
shit. Definitely got to hear that
Yeah,
shit.
that had open mic night. I forgot the other joint they released. Alchemist, I think Alchemist did like some tracks on it.
All right, so now we're gonna get into Stanley Kubrick, who's already a rubber man, underground legend, if you ask me. This is a pretty solid song right here. Um, yeah, man, already rubber man. This is that young nasty when he was young and nasty and shit. Very, very, very dope.
Yeah, I thought this track was a little bit radio access to me. He says stuff like the track bouncy, your body get more rowdy than Suffolk County, peace to crackhead Crowley. I just thought like the beat, it was just kind of a little bit too bouncy for Ari the Rugged Man.
I hear what you're saying too. I definitely hear what you're saying about that. Um, then we're gonna have a message from J Live and J and Prince Paul. Yeah, I'm really talking about this because I love the drums
Yeah,
on this little short beat. Like, you know how certain '90s songs on albums they have the short ass ending for the instrumentals. What's up, Sam? That could have been like a longer beat, and this is pretty much one of them, in my opinion.
right. What we got? Track. What we got? The
We got
skit.
a message from J Live and Prince Paul.
It was okay. I don't got too much to say about it.
Gotcha. Respect. Um, Now we're gonna talk about Crosstown Beef. This has Medina Green, Most Def, and DCQ. For those who don't know, excuse me, who Medina Green are, it's a collaboration like with Most Def, DCQ, which was Def's younger brother, and Magnetic, aka Cash Rule, Lord Atto, and Jabon. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy too because Pasta News from De La Soul produces joint, which
Oh, word?
yeah, I didn't know he produced this shit. I really did not know
That shit is fire.
for real. Like the way they flip that "Keep Rising" to the top sample, very unique, very dope. Um, and it's kind of interesting too because the Urban Thermodynamics, that was the name of Most Def's group before Black Star and shit like that.
Right.
And that album didn't really come out until 2004. I know it was shelved for years.
I never heard it.
It's pretty solid though.
It's dope.
Pretty
I
solid.
remember seeing the video, but I never heard the album.
Yeah, man. I mean, most definitely, that's just one of the most poetic, lyrical rap artists of all time, in my opinion. And shit.
Definitely.
Definitely got to talk about the New Danger one day.
Yes, for sure. For sure, for sure. That shit was fire, man.
For real. Shit. Um. Now we're gonna get into
I
7XL.
want to quote something from
Oh,
this.
my fault, my fault.
Um, there was that shit was fire though. I like that. This
Medina
track, this
Green,
track.
DCQ, Law I2, the mighty Mos Def, can't forget Cess, mercenary from the day live, lace the beats uptight, tell him D.
4 a.m. laid up at the rest. Got a call, made my heart jump out my chest. My man's got beef at the dance editor's block. Enemies outside with their heat on cock.
Yo, that shit. I love that joint. Like I never get tired of hearing that joint. The beat, the bass line for that. Most Def killed it. He's talking about like going to a party, him and his homeboy, and there's like some shots rang out, and like they got beef with these dudes, and he's like, there's just the way that he described it was like that's classic Most Def, and he's
I
like,
agree.
I was looking for my man so we both can split. That's when we turned to me, and that's when he turned to me and he said, "Yo, Most, I'm hit. I guess the street life don't leave a nigga alone. Laced up at the party and he just came home. If we survive, I know he gonna retaliate. If he don't, they bought themselves a burial place. Either way, situation status on code red. I'm on the horn to tell the fam it's on like Connect. Fire, fire. One of my favorite. This probably might be my favorite joint on this whole album. Like just the storytelling by Mos was just dope. And he, he reminded me like he's done that before. Like even like when you listen to like Miss Fat Booty, that was like a story within the song, and just a classic joint by him.
Yes, I definitely agree. I love that shredding respect booty too. Um, it's kind of interesting too because if I'm not mistaken, I know one of the members dropped a solo out. I forgot which one of the members from the group, but yeah.
Right.
Now I'm gonna get into 7XL. The intro, you have Pete Rock and Marty Marr talking. They're doing their thing, and the song features Sadat X, and Puba, and Sir Malik. Very, very, very dope track in my opinion.
Man.
I love that beat, man. That beat definitely had like a nice boom bapish kind of feel to it. Love it.
Yeah, this was dope. They have the intro with Pete Rock and Marley Marl, and I think at that time they had already started Future Flavors on Hot 97, so it was dope to hear them on here, and some legendary producers. And on the track you got some Menelik and Grand Puba, so Dot X, really nice beat. Puba said, "You know the dealie, watch me flip it on the wheelie. Once the guy begin to bomb, all be real how'd you come?" I thought he did his thing. Sadat X was dope. Some Menelik, another underrated underground artist, he was dope as well.
Yes, very dope. Um, Now we're gonna get into Chaos. This is a Reflection Eternal featuring Bahamadia, and it's not credited, but Exhibit. They said Exhibit is like on the outro.
Right.
One of my all-time favorite tracks off this album. This is the Tyler quality I like, you know. And as much shit as I give him over the years on this channel, he dropped one of my favorite verses.
Mm-hmm.
When he says, "Call us liberty like the belle of Philadelphia scenery.
Right.
Me and Bahama D style free like Mumia need to be. Seeing me, feeling maybe right here on the level, turning hard rock to pebbles, exposing the devil. Lyrical Olympian like John Carlos winning gold medal. Take that bass out your voice. You talk to me in treble." And I love that when he said that line, it definitely sounded like the treble effect there, stuff like that. Um, yeah, man, just Talib and Bahamadia just going back and forth with one another. Bahamadia proves again why she's one of the most underrated MCs, period. I fuck with this track.
Talib was in vintage mode on this album. Like this joint with Bomb D has always been underrated from Collage. I think we need to discuss Collage because I love that album.
I agree.
The production that Primo gave for it was great. We definitely got to put some respect on her. But this joint with Talib was dope. I like the beat and the horn loop on here. And Talib saying, "I don't get on stage and waste your time. Niggas got a lot to say, but they just can't rhyme. They just babies. I smash out the incubators. I attach them to respirators. They breathing hard like Darth Vader, hard as candy, and suck like now later. And after a while, your style is tasteless and it got no flavor. Fire,
Ooh,
fire Talib, man.
yes. All right. Now we're gonna get into sound bombing, Tash, and dilated peoples. Y'all should know I'm not a fan of dilated peoples. To be creepy buck with y'all, I could really care less about this track too. To be real with you, so
I,
yeah.
I think it was dope. Dope beat. You got Tash from Alcoholics in here. I thought he was always a dope lyricist. And he says that's the way the bottle spills. DJs they think I'm shady because they know I'll steal their wheels. Cause Tash kick the wheel, kick it with niggas with no deal. Y'all fools ain't got no skill. Y'all need to peep my homie kill. Dope joint. Dilated People to me has always been underrated. I always liked a lot of their albums. The Platform's a classic. Expansion Team. Third album. I always like their stuff. Evidence as well. I love his solo albums.
Yeah, man, definitely respect your opinion and shit. Um, Now we're gonna get into Brooklyn hard rock. This has Thurston Owl the third. Another very solid joint right here. You know what I'm saying? This one right here, I love that beat too. That beat is definitely
Yeah.
very tough and shit like that. Um, Thurston Owl the third, for those who don't know, is pretty much an MC. He was the founding members of the Low Lives and
Mm.
shit like that too. Um, you know,
He's from Brooklyn.
Definitely was on the unsigned hype column in '97, and dropped albums like Still Against Island, Mommy and Poppy with Hurricane G,
The
so
Skillionaire.
on and so on. This joint right here, again, another very solid joint.
Yeah, man. Thurston I followed like '99, 2000, like the Skillionaire when he dropped that, and he's from Brooklyn, so like he's another one he hasn't gotten the shine like mainstream wise, underground heads know him, and then like a lot of people know him from like doing like a lot of like polo and low life documentaries and stuff. So he's always been a dope lyricist. You know, I think the track could have been longer because it sounded like a skit. You know, but he said a nervous chain smoker, a blood pressure, master of food court jester, lyrical sport expert. I thought it was dope, man. I just wish like the track was a little bit longer.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying. Now we're gonna get into Mayor with Pharaoh Monch. Oh, Pharaoh Monch man, has told some crazy stories, but this is one of the most underrated and craziest stories, like on wax. So pretty much, he sees himself as a cop, and the cop shoots the mayor, like a corrupt, like New York mayor and stuff like that. And what's interesting about this track too was the fact that in the beginning he's talking like some assassin and shit like that about the fact how corrupt the system can be in a real way. And this track, from what I looked up, was kind of talking about Rudy Giuliani, if I'm not mistaken. But they didn't really mention his name. But a lot of people like said over the years, pretty much about Rudy Giuliani, which fuck Giuliani pretty much. So yeah, man, very, very, very dope track. One of my favorite tracks off this album.
Rudy Giuliani is like we used to call him. He was a bad mayor for New York. Um, he didn't care a lot. He like alienated every race in this city, including his own. He really didn't do what he was supposed to do as a mayor until 9/11 happened, and it was by then it was like too little, too late because he was already on his way out. So we never cared for him. The track again, like Pharrell Monch is a great storyteller, and I like how his wordplay was dope on here, and the beat was nice. And he says, took 365 to get close to him, boast to him, roast after toast to him. Definitely a dope storytelling track. I would have loved to see a video for this as well. I think like even now, like it speaks to corrupted cops now in this day and age. So that would have been a dope video.
Yeah, very dope video indeed. All right, now we're gonna get into patriotism with Company Flow, another dope group, LP's first group. This is like another political track in a real way,
Hmm.
where it's pretty much like based off the Republicans, and he feels like the Republicans represent like the rappers who are manufactured by the label,
Right.
or manufactured by the label in a weird way, and they think that they're all thugs and whatnot. And so it's very tricky track and shit like that. But complex Company Flow definitely had some crazy tracks, like lyrically. Like you have to listen to a couple of tracks a couple of times just to really feel what they're saying. But this was a pretty dope joint right here. LP, definitely, I love the line when he says, "In conservative right wing anti-eroticism, the poisonous reservoirs and power lines in your neighborhood cause botulism." Like Jesus Christ, man.
Hmm.
Definitely a very dope joint right here. Classic.
Definitely a dope beat, and I like the horns in it. And LP was killing it, and he said, keep the company flow, keep the people guessing who I'm running with, control the population, and hide behind sacred covenant. I replace humans like robots in the gene factory, then export metaphors like sweatshops till the price is satisfactory. Dope ass wordplay by LP. I would expect nothing less from him. It was definitely a dope ass joint. For Q asking who Giuliani was the mayor of New York. He was the former mayor of New York City from 1994 to 2000. I talked about going. There was like a free concert that I talked about before in Harlem, and I saw Biggie, and I saw Big Pun on the same day. What he gave Giuliani when he was the mayor, that's the only free concert that he ever gave New York City, and we never had one again, at all. Then like after that whole thing happened in '96. So that's who Rudy Giuliani is. He was also supporting Trump when Trump was running for presidency again. So
Wow, what an asshole. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, shit. Now we're gonna get into 1999 with Common and Sada X. Probably my favorite track off this album. This was produced by High Tech. To me, it's like the sequel in a weird way to De La Soul Stakes is High.
You think so?
Yeah, in a weird way, because bear with me, with Stakes is High, that track is pretty much talking about how the trials and tribulations of how people misusing hip hop in a weird way, and how in the future, there'll be like motherfuckers using hip hop for their own commercial gain. Where with 9999 or 1999, I'm just gonna say 1999 fuck this. Yeah, with 1999, it's pretty much common like predicting how hip hop is gonna come into the next century, as you know, the 2000s was now approaching and whatnot. It just feels like that,
Right.
and I don't know. I just felt like with that track like that, him and Fat X, that chemistry definitely has some very dope chemistry in my opinion. Um, yeah, man, very, very, very dope track right there. I love the line when Common says, "Shit on many rappers, it's like I'm in the stall with them. Molest concepts, stop the rhythms, pay dues about wisdom. As legends fall, my godmother answers heaven's call. Preacher's daughters get fucked in the reverend's hall."
Mm.
Like, this was like before Like Water for Chocolate Common like that.
Right.
Ugh,
Yeah. He was verbally nice before like Water for Chocolate though.
exactly.
You know what I mean? This was like, yo, I remember when this video came out, like this was always being played on Rap City's Countdown. Like they were playing this on the radio. Like this was like the hit from this album, and Common just destroyed this track. Like his whole verse was like one of his best verses ever to me.
I
When
agree.
when he says check it, it's like I'm fighting for freedom, writing for freedom. These record company niggas, I don't like when I see them. My ancestors, when I'm riding, I see them, and I talk with them, hoping in their promised land I can walk with them. And saying stuff like hold a mic like a memory. Niggas say I'm nice with metaphors, but these are similes. Street ministry. My poetry is a penitentiary. Track is visitation. Sentence is life. I'm like chef up in this demonstration. Classic, man. Like Sadat X was dope, but Common just did it for me. Like this is the Common that I miss, and this was like way before like Water for Chocolate and B and Finding Forever. You know what I'm saying? I think like with this generation they only know B, but they don't know One Day It All Makes Sense Common. They don't know Resurrection Common,
Right.
and he was already in his prime to me. Still so
Very, very, very dope track, man. Now we're gonna get to When It Pours, It Rains with Diamond D. This is a pretty solid joint right here. Love the way he flipped that Al Green sample.
yes.
Yeah, very, very solid. Not one of my favorites from Diamond D, but still pretty solid track.
A vintage again. I think Diamond lyrically is slept on. I love him as a producer, but I think lyrically he be in his bag. Every once in a while, I think he killed it lyrically on here. He said, "Every chance I get, from the stance I pick, flick your ass on the floor like a cancer stick. No more jokes and games. I hope to claim. I want boats and planes, ice ropes and chains. When it pours, it rains. I'm weathering the storm. Been away for 3 joints and still better than the norm." He was killing that, man. That shit was fire. I love this track. I love the beat, the piano loop on here, the nice Al Green sample. This is vintage Diamond for me.
Exactly. Um, yeah, I'm not really gonna talk about message from the Beat Junkies. We're gonna get into most definitely next universe. Very dope joint right here. Like, again, another track that could have probably been from probably could have been on Black on Both Sides. You know what I'm saying? Just most def on some futuristic shit. Um, yeah, man, very solid joint. Love it.
Yes, most he's like I don't want to say he's underrated as a lyricist. I think he's dope. Like he has different styles and flows and like I like the flows he had on this track and he's saying I'm fantastic, furious like the five from Belon, Brooklyn Phenom, This all peons, flow for eons. Most def is beyond. In fact, most cats can agree on. I love that shit. Like his flow is like yo, I love his flow, man. He's so dope lyrically. The beat was dope, and yeah, this was a dope track.
Very dope show. Now I want to get into Every Rhyme I Write with Shabim Sadiq featuring Coco Brothers, aka Smith and Wesson. Again, another very dope joint right here. You know, Tech and Steel definitely on there. Shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, we gotta talk about that second Smith and Wesson album one day.
Yeah,
I feel like that
Awakening,
was kind of
Full
underrated in
Awakening or
my
something like that.
opinion. This was another solid joint right here. Not only one of my favorites, but still solid.
This was dope. I've always been a fan of Smith and Wesson, the Coco Brothers. Shabam was dope on here. Still had the best verse for me. He's saying, duck down records, wreck shit, bring the ruckus, stealing tech shit. Shabam slam my fams connected through respect it. Don't make my dogs get angry in public, cause these thugs make shit hectic. Start bugging and pull the plug and disconnect shit. I'm loving this. I'm just like quoting bars in every track right now. I'm loving this shit.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
You know what I mean?
Like this whole album has hip hop quotables for days and shit.
Yeah.
All right, and the last full track was On Mission with Reflection Eternal. Another dope track right here. That early Reflection Eternal sound. Yeah, man. Fuck with this joint on here. Classic.
Yes, high tech, underrated producer. I love his production. Reflection of Tone, first album is a classic. They just go well together. They just have like a great chemistry as a duo, and same as Talib and Mos Def. Like they just have good chemistry as a duo, and Talib killed it. He's saying now let's begin. While you testing these better men, you get fucked up like it's your Friday as freshmen. Let him in on the varsity team. My pipe dreams make the cream freeze like reindeer caught up in high beams. I love that shit, man. Like he's so dope as a producer. He's just so dope as a lyricist, but he don't have the albums to back up his dopeness lyrically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got a little outro and shit. Which pretty much wraps up the album nicely. All right.
Yeah, that was cool.
hmm I feel like this is an underground classic in my opinion. I feel like this album pretty much definitely represents Ruckus at its pinnacle, at its prime, in my opinion. He had like a lot of hungry MCs ripping shit, not on no commercial bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Um, Five My Classic, definitely gotta get my hands on this album, the first Soundbombing, but it's like very hard to come by.
Yeah.
So yeah, very dope album.
I love it. This is definitely a hip hop heads album. This is a bar heavy album. You hear me quoting every bars from every song. Like I love lyrics. That's something that I grew up on, and even now in this day and age, I still love to hear lyrics when it means something and there's some substance to it. You have like a lot of great MCs on this album. Talib and Dilated Peoples, Most Def, Diamond D is underrated as a lyricist. Medina Green. Eminem was always been one of my favorites. LP, like this is a lyricist album. You know what I'm saying? The production is top notch on here. I didn't care for the skits. I think the skits wasn't needed because you really didn't need or at least put the skits before the track. It really didn't need to be numbered separately. But other than that, it's a great album. Definitely a classic. Like I said, like this is an album for hip hop heads. Like if you're a hip hop head and you love underground rap and you love underground artists, some of them went mainstream like Common, but even Common back then was in his bag lyrically. That's the Common that I love, and this is definitely a great album.
Yeah, very dope album. All right, we're gonna stay on to that about 12:30, but I know I'll be right back, right quick.
Yeah, yeah. The first album was dope too, man. We definitely gotta discuss that one too. Yeah, J. Rule. I think J. Rule was in that. Another dope lyricist. Fuck, I want to hear that crosstown beef shit again. Man.
always gonna get clapped.
My man from way back.
Ain't going out like that. He got peoples in the club and the ties is strong, but he know that they can only hold it down for so long. So now he's trapped off and he's calling on me to come and represent like I'm G.O.D. Of course I must agree, cause this is family. If tables was turned, he would do it for me. So now I'm hopping out my bed, ready to put a nigga never seen porn dead. Guess a black man can't have no peace. Pull out my heat, woke up out my sleep over crosstown beef.
Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic. Brothers be on some real shit. Every man gets scared when prepared for confrontation.
When the slugs penetrate, you feel a burning sensation.
Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic. Brothers be on some real shit. Every man gets scared when prepared for confrontation.
Getting closer to God in a tight situation.
It was a Friday in the month of May, around the time when everybody put their game on play. See, my girl was out of tea, so it was all on me. I figured I would hit the metro on the Mad LD. Now everybody know what the springtime is about. Players polish up their game cause the shorties be out. I was rocking jewels and my wares was crisp. My man said it was a jam that I should not miss. I hopped in delivery without a moment to spare. And when I rolled up on the function, everybody was there. I was catching sexy stares from the shans in the rear. I saw my peers and heads I hadn't seen in years. And I was getting caught up in the nightlight mix. That's when I see my main man from my old time clique. Oh shit, now my nigga most deaf in the house. Oh shit, baby Paul, I ain't know you came home. We talked about that and this, and way back since this when I seen a caravan sport on Wild Dog tents. Had his windows half cracked and was cruising slow, and was circling the block like they was pole-poles. And I was jibbing with my man, so I paid it no mind. That's when the shots rang out from the passenger side. It was a 45 Balt that made us all duck down. Girls was letting out screams and shells hit the ground. I was looking for my man so we both could split. That's when he turned to me and said, yo, Most, I'm hit. I guess the street life don't leave a nigga alone. Laced up at the party and he just came home. If he survived, I know he gon' retaliate. If he don't, they bought themselves a burial place. Either way, situation status on cold red. I'm on the horn to tell a fam it's on like Con Ed. Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic. Brothers be on some real shit. Every man gets scared when prepared for confrontation.
When the slugs penetrate, you feel a burning sensation.
Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic.
Hey yo, son, get that?
I'm saying, man, you sitting right there.
Come on, man. Listen to this right
I'm
now.
saying, man, with the laziness. Word up, man.
Come on, man. Get the phone, man.
Yeah. Who this? Who? Who do you think it's for, man?
Hey, who this?
The guard too.
Yo, what up, son?
Nothing much, maintaining you.
Right.
I just came out the Bing and shit is mad real. This shit ain't about nothing,
Son, I know how you feel.
My girl is in the well trying to raise my seed. It's mad shit that she want and mad shit that she need. Plus she got some nigga knocking at her door.
Who this?
Some crab ass cat that she messed with before.
From where?
Always acting wild, disrespecting my G. I think you need to go. What's the verdict, DC?
Verdict guilty, left hand on the scene. You might be locked down, but you're part of the team. If you say gotta go, then that's what he gotta do. Ain't nothing sweet, son. Yo, you know I'm here for you.
No doubt, come check me on the day of knowledge born. Cause this phone shit ain't real, yeah, that tap should be on. Plus the guard wanna see you, so pull his name too. Cause he soon come home, son, you know how he do.
Yeah, the guard get down, so I see you on the VI. I'ma do my best to get this broad to bring you some lie. Peace to the guards, read your math, hold your head. And as far as that kid goes, remember what I said, peace.
Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic. Brothers be on some real shit. Every man gets scared when prepared for
When
confrontation.
the slugs penetrate, you feel a burning sensation.
Crosstown beef be like crosstown traffic. Brothers be on some real shit. Every man gets scared when prepared for confrontation.
Get closer to God. Get closer to God. Get closer to God. Get closer to God.
But then the grain. But then the grain.
My favorite hip hop song talking to politicians. Well, now that you asked me that, I'm actually going with Tupac Letter to the President. I think that's an underrated Tupac song. I remember hearing that on, I think it was Machiavelli, like bootlegs and shit. And then they later released it on Still I Rise. But, you know, Tupac definitely went at the president, and, you know, that was a great song, and you know, he definitely put the president at that time on blast. and that's something that a lot of artists even now wouldn't do. So that's a great song. Who Shot Rudy? That was another great song. Um, there's a lot of different songs targeting politicians. That was great. I need to get Soundbombing 1 and 2. I don't have none of them. Both of them out of print. Like Red said, they go for stupid money. Yeah, Screwball, definitely dope. I didn't even know Positives produced that track, man. It don't sound like a deal out joint, but it's definitely fire though.
I'm back.
Yeah, definitely. He should have did a video for that joint.
You said what?
Outlaws did they thing. Well, Outlaws always did they thing with Pac though. You know what I'm saying? Like they were always, they had great chemistry with him. Schoolboy Y2K saying
What?
Sam, you want to see a review for everything. We should do that though. Like I don't Screwball got to get their respect too. They was a dope group.
Yeah, I got a few more I gotta get out of the way.
What is your favorite hip hop song targeting politicians?
Ooh. Um, Scarface and Ice Cube, Hand of the Dead Body.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Also, Paris, Bush Killer.
Ooh. What album that's from Paris?
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Damn, I don't have none. I have one Paris album, but it's like a compilation album with like him and like Public Enemies on there and Mob Deep and shit.
Oh shit.
That one is out of print too. I haven't seen that anywhere though, but I don't have none of his other albums.
Hmm.
Better producer, Swizz or Jermaine. I got JD.
Swizz.
I think R&B. Jermaine had R&B for a while. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Yes, yeah. Black Poet, the Black Print. That's a classic album
Yeah, the
that I
Black
hear
Crew was dope.
nobody mentions that album. Primo did his thing on that album for Black Poet, and nobody mentions that album. That's another one I need to get, and that shit is out of print too.
So I got um some announcements. I'm going back to my Prince reviews next week. We must
Prince
talk about
reviews?
that. Yeah, cause I was gonna review every Prince album.
Okay. What you starting with the first one?
Oh no! I'm going back to the rave album. I'm going to go to rave.
Oh yes, you did say that.
Yep.
So you starting with 2000 Prince.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not as bad as it sounds.
I'll be the judge of that. I'm still going to talk about the truth too at some point.
Yes, that's coming in the mail, so I'm awaiting.
Oh, you ordered it?
Yes.
Oh, you lucky
That
bastard.
yo, I was just telling. Remember, I was telling BJ, I'm surprised it was. I was telling Eric, I was surprised that it was still available because when I went online Monday afternoon, it was like a whole bunch of copies left. I'm like, I thought that shit would have been sold out first.
How much did you get yours for?
It was 27 and with tax probably like 30 31.
Okay.
But it's still available. Like anybody looking for that, jump on it now because when Prince Vinyl go out, it's gone for good.
Shit.
I was looking for the Slum Village Fantastic Voyage. That one was out of print. That one was already
Oh
going
yeah.
sold out. You know what I'm saying? But I had Prince on the list. I had Slum Village. I had what else? It was like 3 or 4 items. I had 21 Pilots. That's still available. That's like more like a live album. I didn't really want that unless that would have been like the last choice if everything else was sold out. Um, but yeah, my first choice was the Prince joint, so I'm glad that I got that because I thought I was gonna be gone. You know,
Yeah.
I told you for Record Store Day Part 2, they got a whole bunch of other dope joints coming. KMD first album, 30th anniversary edition. That's gonna be out there. Beastie Boys EP. Was it Aglio or whatever?
You said Oblio?
Aglio, is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming on vinyl. They got another Czarface album coming out on vinyl with the comic book. I'm looking to get that. Um, the Time first album, special edition, that's coming out. So they got like a lot of dope stuff in July coming out.
Yeah, man. At the moment, I'm just getting a few magazines and shit like that, or some
Man,
collectibles and shit. I might get back to CD and vinyl collecting next month, depending on how my money is.
right. Yeah, Public Enemy discography is gonna be dope, man. Cause I love Public Enemy and they have a lot of classics. 3LW, no, no 3LW,
Yeah, I'm good on that.
no. I like Notori. Notori's a good actress. She's pretty and Adrian Balloon, but I wasn't a fan of their music. The Time second this Time self-titled debut. Yeah, that joint is re-releasing on vinyl in July. It's like a
Yep.
special edition joint. Man.
Who's asking Tupac questions?
Sam is funny. No, he wait. I mentioned "Letter to the President."
Oh,
I've always loved that Tupac song with him and the Outlaws in it. He's just like Puffy. I think Jermaine actually produced. I don't know about Puffy. I think he was taking production credits and he wasn't doing nothing. Jermaine is actually a songwriter and actually produced compared to Puffy.
right. I mean, Puffy, he did produce.
He did when? Like, what? Was this early when he was remixing stuff, or this was like
Yeah,
after?
like the early remixes, he
Oh, so
did.
he was actually doing the remixes,
Yeah, but he had help from the Hitman too.
right? And then at some point he started taking credit for stuff he wasn't doing,
Yep. That was like the No Way Out era.
right? Jermaine was actually in the studio doing it with them. Like he gave Mariah a lot of her big hit records and Usher, Jagged Edge, the Brat, Crisscross. Like he was in the studio with them.
Yeah.
I fuck with Jimi Hendrix. I have cousins in my family that's like Jimi Hendrix nutballs. Like they go crazy for anything Jimi Hendrix. So yeah, definitely fuck with Hendrix, man. We need to discuss some Hendrix albums also. You showed a Hendrix album yesterday, right?
Yeah, I review all his albums, but I don't mind
Oh, you did
doing
all
it.
his albums? Oh,
Yeah. But like I said, those like about 5 years, so yeah, I can review them. There's no issues.
right.
Matter of fact, stay tuned. Next month, I'm gonna release the hip hop reviews I want to do.
Did you ever get the Hendrix Record Store Day album, the Christmas album?
He had a Christmas album.
He had a not a Christmas. He had like a Christmas single, but they put it out like on picture disc, and
Oh no.
he had like a picture where he's like wearing like a Santa Claus hat.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was like I want to say last year, not last year, maybe the year before last, maybe before COVID hit.
COVID.
Cool G Rap Breakdown is that official? Is that next?
Yeah, that's not
The Cool G Rap Breakdown, okay. Is just solo Cool G Rap or the Cool G Rap and Polo?
everything.
Oh,
Necro,
everything.
Polo, everything.
Okay.
I'm not gonna announce the next one after Cookie Right. That's gonna be. I'm gonna really change the game with that one.
Am I gonna be surprised or
Yeah.
is it gonna be like Hammer or some shit?
Oh hell no. But it's an artist I rarely talk about on the channel.
Do I listen to them?
I want to say you do.
No, I probably don't. I can
Nope.
only imagine who it is. Is it like fucking Jewel or some shit?
Hell, well, you know me better than that. Come on, come on.
How many female celebrities would you smash? I don't know.
Bro,
There's
what
too
the hell are
many
these
out there.
questions? Well,
Why do I read these questions, man? Better TV show character, Kanan or Ghost?
Ghost.
Ghost, definitely. Ghost is smarter. Kanan was just all muscle. He wasn't really. Well, I don't know, cause I mean, when we get to see his backstory, he probably was a lot smarter when he was younger. Which one was your favorite Jimi Hendrix album?
Oh Jesus. I'm about to go with Electric Ladyland,
True.
but at the same time, that's hard because all of his albums, low key,
Mm,
it could be easily my favorite on some real shit.
right. Did you ever look at the biopic with Andre 3000 or no?
Hell no, because they don't have his original. They
They
don't
don't
have
have
his
his
music.
music, right? I thought
But
Andre was good, but like the music, they couldn't use his music in the film.
I know they did one with Harris back in the day. I saw a while
I never
back.
saw that one.
You said what?
I never saw that one with Harris.
Yeah, that's a rare movie. One day I'm gonna get the Batman the animated series soundtrack with all the scores and shit.
Hit Eric up. Eric is into the soundtracks.
Shit. Then once I get in my own place, and I'm gonna have that shit playing like some with all the horns and shit, scaring motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah. The Batman animated series.
Yeah, I'm telling you that soundtrack
You
is
love the soundtrack?
very good, man. Like
It's the. I mean, I love this cartoon series. It was really dark, and they did a good job of highlighting his different villains besides Penguin and Joker and all that.
right
So I
now
know
they're
you
talking
want.
about they're gonna
I,
reboot that shit now.
yeah, I know you wanted to discuss the animated series and Batman Beyond, so we could do that.
Oh yeah, animated series and beyond.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till probably around the fall time to do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's dope.
because I want to have like a month where I do it like a Batman month, like talk about the movies, the
Right,
different movies.
right.
Hell, I
Do you
might talk
watch
about.
any of the live action shows or no?
You said what?
Do you watch the live action DC shows like Titans?
Um,
Because Titans have Robin and Batman in it.
I haven't really peeped. I might peep that actually.
Yeah, like they will. Robin and Nightwing, and I know for the third season they bring Red Hood on there, so
Hmm.
it's good.
Yeah, man. You know, I can't talk about Batman without talking about the Dark Knight because I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm planning that shit out. That's gonna be around the fall time.
Dark Knight is good. I think the anniversary for that was yesterday
Wow,
for the film for Dark Knight, and I had Dark Knight on Xbox on the original Xbox.
that's like the only role I like Heath Ledger in. To be real with you,
Right,
yeah, I never cared for him that much as an actor.
right.
Never cared for him that much.
I've seen him in a couple films. He was good in Monsters Ball. Even though he didn't last long in that film, and I've seen him in other films as well. But like he did his thing as a Joker. Like a Dark Knight, like when that came out, every movie theater you had to wait online just to see that film. Like the lines was crazy just like waiting to see that film.
Run DMC '84 album with Fat Boys. Ooh,
Run DMC.
yeah, Run DMC.
How many women Batman smashed? He had a lot. Batman was a pimp.
Look, I'm not watching the motherfucking have sex and shit.
Vicky Vale, Catwoman. Well, he had a baby with Catwoman. Damian Wayne. I think that was their son that they had together. I might be wrong about that. He had Raja Ghul's daughter. He might have had Damian with her. He had a lot of chicks. I think at one point there was he was fucking Lois Lane. Like that was supposed to be part of the Justice League Snyder cut. that she ended up getting pregnant, and it was for Batman. It was for Bruce Wayne, and not Clark Kent. And Clark Kent got mad at Bruce for that. Um, he had a lot of chicks. The Wonder Woman. I think he had something going on with Wonder Woman as well. Bruce was a pimp.
Oh, this shit is $89 on fucking Amazon. Y'all bullshit.
What's that?
The fucking Batman soundtrack, yo.
Oh, the animated joint.
Yeah,
Cause it's out of print, right?
yeah.
Wow.
I'm looking at eBay because you know eBay never disappoints me.
Yeah. Hey, Eric, where you at, yo? Light It Up. I didn't like that film.
Man, fuck y'all niggas.
Vanessa Williams and Usher did not like that film.
Nigga, I don't want the print shit. I want the animated series, man.
They
I mean, I
putting
like the print,
Batman
but
sex scenes. Who told you that? That's not going. That's not going for. That's not gonna be for kids. Then if they put in sex scenes in for Batman.
I mean, to be quite honest, animated series wasn't really. It was mostly gamed for kids and adults too. So
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did
I
go that.
mean, they in the I'm trying to remember what film it was. There was a Batman animated film that him and Batgirl was like sleeping together.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, like yeah, he I forgot that he had a thing for with Batgirl also. But they're not doing like full detailed sex scenes. It's just like, I've seen from the Harley Quinn animated film. Harley Quinn was sleeping with Nightwing. You know what I'm saying? So and she's like the villain. She's considered the villain for Batman, and you know what I'm saying. So she was sleeping with Nightwing. You know, but I mean, they do it here and there, but it's not like detailed sex scenes and all that. Same is funny. Antoine said he bought the Batman movie on DVD at Barnes and Noble's bookstore. Which one? 'Cause, I mean, they got so many variations of Batman. The Keaton ones and Kilmer, Clooney, Christian Bale. Now they got Ben Affleck. He was the last one. Now Robert Pattinson is gonna be the next one for next year.
Ben Affleck, oh Jesus.
Too many Batmans. There's too many Batmans.
Right.
I grew up and I grew up watching the syndication series with Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, and then Michael Keaton, and now it's like all these other variations of Batman. I'm already tired of it.
Hmm. Yeah, fuck this, man. I ain't paying no $60 for this
Hey,
soundtrack.
Eric, where you at? Reg needs that vinyl. You want it on vinyl, right?
The CD, vinyl, whatever,
Oh,
whatever.
let's see. How much is it on CD? I'm sure it's probably less on CD.
It's $89 on CD.
Really? Oh
It's
shit.
not available on vinyl. What I've seen.
Wow. Who was the worst Batman? The worst Batman to me was I didn't like George Clooney. I thought he didn't he was a good Bruce Wayne, but I don't think he was a good Batman. And that's the thing. When you do Batman, you have to be able to both play both parts good. Like you have to be a believable Bruce Wayne and a believable Batman. And I think like that was the difference with Michael Keaton and with Ben Affleck. They both were great Bruce Waynes and Batmans together. Whereas sometimes you might be a good Batman but a terrible Bruce Wayne, or a good Bruce Wayne and a terrible Batman.
Facts. Yeah, fuck this.
Oh, the '89 one you got, yeah, that's a classic, man. I grew up with that one. I went to see that one, the first two, in the theaters, and those two are like my favorites.
Yes, yes.
The soundtrack as well, by Prince, that was a classic. Better cartoon character, Huey or Riley from the Boondocks?
Hugh.
Batman, Aaron, what's good, yo? Batman Forever. I liked which that was the one with the Riddler, right? Batman Forever.
Yeah. Yep.
I like Jim Carrey's the Riddler. I thought he was the perfect one because like seeing Jim Carrey over the years play like The Mask and play Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and roles like that. He can pull off the Riddler. Um, Again, I wasn't a fan of Val Kilmer though. Like I don't think Val Kilmer was a great Batman. Nicole Kidman, I didn't think she was a good what was she like Vicky Vale?
I believe so.
The soundtrack was the soundtrack was good. Method Man had that Riddler track on there. The U2 song was on there. The Seal Kiss from a Roses was on there. I love those songs, but it's not one of my favorite Batman films overall. Though I just feel like the casting wasn't good. But I like Jim Carrey's Riddler. I thought he was good.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I'm actually about to end this off for the night. Um, very dope what we did on Soundbombing 2.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Saturday is the
Hmm.
Public Enemy Breakdown.
Yes.
Definitely got to see my Public Enemy album tomorrow and Saturday,
Hmm.
of course. And oh, forgot to mention, Juneteenth has been it's a federal holiday now.
Is it?
Yeah, Biden declared it today.
Oh wow. So Friday's a holiday.
Well,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Well, it's we on the weekend, so
Yeah, so
okay.
whatever y'all do, y'all make sure y'all be safe.
Dope.
Monday is the Metallica with the Ride the Lightning album and shit. Have I ever showed you the vinyl?
No, you on vinyl?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. Yeah, Batman and Robin. I didn't care for that either. Oh wow.
yeah, man.
Okay.
Listen, definitely can't wait to listen to this one. Um, I was thinking about pre-recording a review on LL Cool J The Definition.
Oh boy. One of the one of the trashy reviews coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be sometime next week. I don't know when though.
Yeah.
And Wednesday is the Prince Rave album from 1999. So
I'm anxious to talk about that one. 'Cause I haven't heard a lot of Prince albums from 2000. Only I have 3121 and I heard Musicology, but I haven't heard the other stuff. Well, with the early stuff, I heard like his last one, like Hit and Run. I've heard and Artificial Intelligence. I heard those,
yeah, I heard those ones
but
too.
I haven't heard like Planet. Was it Planet Earth he had?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that. I know you have that one. I haven't heard that. And Rave, I haven't heard. So I want to hear those albums.
do I have Thriller?
I remember you showed it to me. It's like it comes in like a digipack.
Oh, man, I have so many Prince albums, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Thanks, Antoine. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me see. Excuse me. But yeah, really cannot wait to talk about the Prince 2000 album.
Yeah.
I want to spend like a lot of time this summer talking about those and shit.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and that's all for right now. Thank y'all so much for watching. Appreciate it. Try. I'm definitely gonna text you later,
All right.
and I will see y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.